If I told you that there are people whose prayers are to see Nigeria fall to its knees, to see or ensure that Nigerians are perpetually hated, casted, demonized, antagonized, rejected, and made mockery of, they enter from channel to channel, from office to office, from one place to another, speaking ill of Nigeria in their countries or in the country of their residence, spreading negative narrative about my country. You won't doubt me, right? Despite their itchy ears, Nigeria is waxing strong.
Recently, a Nigerian woman named Aisha found $80,000 in Saudi Arabia and returned it. Some time ago, a Nigerian taxi driver named Abraham also found 100,000 dirhams in his taxi in United Arab Emirates and also returned it. Nigerians are good people, but this kind of news won't go viral or make it to the mainstream media. And you as a Nigerian or an African will not like this post or share this information. Or if it was the other news.
You, I am talking to you. Why do you derive joy in discrediting my nation, Nigeria? Why do you derive joy in tarnishing the image of our motherland? This is a land that gave you succor. This is a land that gave you the breath of life. This is a land of your ancestors. You cannot destroy your ancestral link and want to stand as a man. Carrying propaganda and destroying the image of your nation will not solve the problem of this country. Sweethearts, this country belongs to us, and it is our duty to do our own quota. You are blaming the politicians. What about you? What have you done for Nigeria? You may not have the money. Why don't you use that your platform that you are using to destroy my country's image to speak good of my country? If there is nothing good about my country, then leave. Do away with the passports. You cannot be destroying my country's image and you are busy carrying our passports up and down. Instead of you to speak good of my country, you open your mouth and discredit Nigeria to foreigners. To foreigners. Una no dey hear word. Now they destroy us. Over there, go and check the online platforms. Check social media platforms. Kilo day. I know they tire. God gave you a platform for something. There are times you criticize, and let me tell you, when you are criticizing constructively, we know. When you're just being agitated and angry, being sentimental, biased, we know. This country will be better. Join hands. Let's make this country a better place. But for those of you that had signed the deal to continue discrediting Nigeria, one day, karma will catch up with you.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm.
What exactly do you think you know about Nigeria? How informed are you? Or are you just a toothless baby who dwells on negativities? Every information you dished out there about my country, how authentic? Who is your source? I'm not talking only to other Africans, I'm also talking to my fellow Nigerians. Do you know that about 80% of Nigerians are yet to travel outside their geopolitical zone? Yes, you heard me well. Now let us be honest with ourselves, please, brothers and sisters. Those of you watching my content right now, as a Yoruba person watching my content right now, be honest with me. How many of you have visited the southeastern part of Nigeria? How many of you have visited the southeastern part of Nigeria? How many of you have been to South? I'm talking about Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, Uyo, Calabar. How many of you Yorubas have been there? How many Yorubas have been to Abuja or in the north? There are some, but not too many. Now, as an Igbo person watching my content right now, how many of you, apart from Abia, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, and Delta states. How many of you have been to other geopolitical zones like the southwestern part of Nigeria, apart from Lagos? So many of you Igbos have not even been to Uyo. I'm talking about Akwa Ibom state. Your neighboring. Many Igbos have not even been to Calabar. Cross River, they've not been to. Many of them. Yes, there are Igbos everywhere, but I'm saying that there are many Igbos on my channel, if they are honest with themselves, if you can be honest with me. Some of you watching or listening to my content right now, you've not been to Calabar before. You've not been to Uyo before. True or false? The same thing, vice versa. It's applicable to so many other people. I am not saying you should visit everywhere, but it shows that we know little about Nigeria. The same is applicable to the Hausas. The same is applicable to the Igalas, those from different places. You see, Nigeria is big. You will realize that a lot of us, even those of us that traveled outside the country, you will realize as a Yoruba person, did you go to Southeast to go and get a visa? No. So from southwest to southwest, boom, you traveled outside the country. A southeast, southerner. Some of you just entered the vehicle or took your flight direct from your area to Lagos, straight to the embassy. Bam, airport, bam, you're out of Nigeria. Even I talking to you, I've traveled to so many parts of Nigeria. However, I'm even just touching the tip of the iceberg. And the little I've seen, brothers and sisters, this country is too big for you to sit down and think you know Nigeria. So I just want you to know that Nigeria does not revolve around your community.
Of revolution and freedom, then you will know the meaning of Nigeria. Trust me. When you know the meaning of revolution and freedom, you will know the meaning of Nigeria, that country.
He won TikTok.
Because they know when Nigeria stand on its feet, then the whole Africa will stand. In this way, they will never want to see Nigeria stand on its feet. Because Nigeria is the academic pillar of the whole Africa.
Africa, stand up.
You know what Nigeria have? Maybe there are even millions of Nigerians who don't even know what Nigeria have. When you say it, so many people will say, no, Nigeria is nothing, Nigeria is nothing. Come on.
That's a lie.
We are not talking about people in numbers. We are talking about what that country had. We are talking about what that country have done before for Africa.
Tell the truth.
You know what, in 1950s, let's talk about even 70s, what Nigerian soldiers have done for Africa.
Talk about it.
Every country that get themselves today, they in the help of Nigeria. Every country in Africa that get themselves to be in the help of Nigeria.
Nigeria, stand up.
Africa who was chasing Nigerians, I told them, I made a video about South Africa, I told them, the time that you South Africans were crying for freedom, Nigeria was the one dying for you people. So every country, when you talk about this, people say, no, Nigeria is nothing, don't talk about it. But you don't know what Nigeria have done for Africa. Not for themselves, but for Africa.
This guy gave me hype.
Sacrifice for Africa. Nigeria have become the mother and the father of Africa. They were sacrificing for every country to get on its feet. Go and ask people who know the story much. They will tell you. I swear to God. In this way, I try to base my eyes on Nigeria so much, whatever is going there. I feel them that they are feeling right now. I feel pity for the peoples, youngest peoples in Nigeria. The future of Nigeria. The future of Nigeria depends on the African hand, not only Nigerians, but in our hands. We the African youths. The future of Nigeria, when it collapses to the ground, they know that the future of Africa is going to the ground. Every freedom fighter, go and ask them, they will tell you this. Because when you go into history of liberation, freedom, you meet Nigeria down there.
All my Nigerian youth, stand up.
Right? That's why every freedom fighter is looking up to Nigeria. Ask yourself this question. Why every freedom fighter is facing Nigeria that much? Why? Ask yourself that question. There is something behind it. If you are not a revolutionary, you couldn't find it.
This guy gave me hype.
You look into Nigeria, you couldn't find it. You can't. But that country is being demolished by the devil who is there and being used by the African enemy to destroy that country because they know what that country contains in Africa.
All the youth of Africa, you're not gonna let Nigeria fall.
Contain the heart of Africa. When it is destroyed, then we are dead. Africa is dead. Trust me. When Nigeria is dead, then come on. If I get your heart in my heart, and if I'm dead, then how will your heart function?
It won't.
Get your heart. And Nigeria get the heart of Africa. When Nigeria is dead, we are gone. Trust me. Whoever tell you this is not lying to you. It's not supporting Nigeria just in vain. No. I am not the only one to talk about this. I am not the first person who talk about this.
When parents and elders refused to spill the whole truth to their children, they will end up raising generations of sadists. You heard me well. When you twisted the truth to your children about your sister or about your brother just out of envy, you will end up raising generations of ungrateful vipers. That is the problem we face in families today. You will see children antagonizing their uncles. You will see cousins beefing one another. Why? Because of the evil seed their parents sowed amongst them. Seed of lies, out of envy. Seed of exaggerations, out of envy. Seed of evil innocently sown because our grandparents and great-grandparents covered the truth. It's affecting a lot of families today. The same is applicable to Africa. So many people are busy lying to themselves. The problem you're facing in your nation that you chose to keep quiet and pretend. We've chosen not to pretend about it. So that is why you know. And of course, Nigeria is popular because Nigeria is the giant of Africa. The future of this country is the future of Africa. The earlier you know that, the better for all of us. Why Africans? The major problem Nigeria have is fellow Africans and our fellow Nigerians. I'm going to be honest with you. Because somebody will say, oh, the Westerners, yes, they've already planted a seed and they've relaxed and they are watching it germinate. If you go outside Africa and you talk about Nigeria, most of these white people don't even know much negative things about Nigeria. I'm going to be honest with you. If you watch interviews that people carried out, surveys that people carried out in the Western world, when you talk about Nigeria, they will talk about smart people. Some of them don't even know much about Nigeria. So how do people know that Nigerians are bad, this and that? Yes, you have some of our people who tend to talk bad against us or, talk foul of their own people. But you are the masterminds most of the times. You harness it. Oh, Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that. When you see a Nigerian being framed, check well. There is another African who either orchestrated, tipped off, or sabotaged and set him up. Why, we Africans? Why have you decided just to pull him down? What is wrong with you? Let no Mbechile enter my comment section to say, oh, they are doing drugs or they are doing bad. Just how did you know they are dealing drugs if you are not a drug dealer yourself? Your brothers and sisters are shamelessly perishing in foreign prisons, yet you are busy chasing shadows against Nigerians. Do you know how many foreigners that Nigerians had arrested for drugs? We don't broadcast it. Every person in Nigeria will face the law. We don't go around blaming foreigners. Brothers and sisters, you will not hear Nigerians saying, oh, it's because South Africans are doing this, that's why we are not doing well. Oh, it's because Ghanaians are taking our jobs, that's why we are not doing well. No. Oh, it's because Zimbabweans are taking our jobs, that's why we are not doing well. No. Oh, it's because Cameroonians are taking our jobs, that's why we are not doing well. No. If you are not doing well, you are not doing well. Look inwards and fight yourself. Make amends. There is no time. There is this conscious effort made against Nigerians. And the most annoying part of it is that the countries fighting Nigerians are a bunch of desperate wannabes. Tell me a country whose citizens are always complaining about Nigeria, and I will show you a country whose men are, one, stingy, not man enough, cowards and lazy, as well as men who are failures in relationships. I will show you a country of old schools who aren't bold enough to tackle their weaknesses. I will show you a country whose youths are mostly self-entitled, lazy, dependent on government, and refuse to do menial jobs and lack work ethic. The painful part of this is the fact that the toothless ones are the ones that my country helped. Do you know the sacrifice Nigeria made to restore freedom in many African nations? Nigerians dead nations, yet some amateur people talk anyhow. The laughable part of this is the fact that your leaders knew the truth and they are busy trying to work together, while some of you are busy throwing tantrums and you are wondering why your country is not doing amazing. There are good people from these same nations who speak good about Nigeria. Yes, they know the truth and they stand by it. Not imposters and pretenders who claim that they hate Nigerians. Yet, they will be praising Nigerians in their home channels. They secretly want to be like Nigerians, but because of their amateur personalities, they tend to miss their blessings simply out of unnecessary behavior. If you actually believe that your country in Africa is better than Nigeria, sorry, you are simply a local champion.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing.